Okay, so let's continue now our lesson. Um we have here number one is the account analysis method. So for a while, for a while. Okay, so in here, no, account analysis method. So that it is considered a very useful and very easy, no, way to estimate the cost. So it makes use of the experience and judgment of managers and accountants who are familiar with the company's operations and the way costs react to changes. So actually, we are talking about this is an easy way no sa pag-estimate sa cost. So now, nganong makaingon man ta nga easy siya. So it is because dili na to need of complicated math or formulas. We only use the experience and judgment of people who already understand how the company operates. So first, no, our step, not a step any account analysis method. So first, we must review each cost account. So that means you look at all the costs like the company records, no? So, for example, rent, electricity, materials, salaries, and so on. And number two, classify each cost as either under ba siya sa fixed cost or sa variable cost. So, again, fixed cost, it stays the same even if activity changes. And then the variable cost changes when activity changes. Okay. Please be careful with that, huh? And then so what is the advantage no of account analysis method? So of course, it involves a detailed examination of the database by accountants and managers who are familiar with it. Very detailed, good siya. Okay? So next would be the industrial engineering method. So estimates cost functions by analyzing the relationship between the inputs and outputs in physical forms. So engineering estimates indicate what cost should be. So you figure out no the cost by analyzing the production process itself. So step by step ang kailangan ani. So pohon, let's say maka-experience man jud mo og management science, di ba? Okay. So sorry no, na-disrupt. Okay, now um pohon magka-subject mo siguro mag-management science and then if you take masterals, napod mo another management science but more advanced. So, sa nami usa ka topic adto sa transportation namo nga reporting nga naglisod mi og sabot. But then nakakita mi sa book no from an engineer no. So part ni sa ilang lesson sa operations management dito ra mi mas ing ani di ining step-by-step process. So, 'di ba, as we can relate here, need ni siya step by step, no? And seeing how much material, labor, and time are needed to make one product. So, what are the steps? So, number one, you first need to study the production process, no? So, look at every stage of making the product. Say, gibuhat nila, or the labor, how long will each step takes and what machines are used, no? So, money detailed step by step of each phase and what are the materials used. So, example, to make one chair, you've got wood, diba? You sand it, assemble it, and paint it. So each of these steps takes time and materials. So now, another is number two, costs are then assigned to each of the physical inputs. So you list all the inputs needed. Mo identify ka dapat kung pila ka kahoy imong nagamit, pila ka lansang, the paint and labor. So nga needed for one share. Or example sa ganina. So these details can be found from drawings, blueprints, or design specifications. So we have an advantage here. Nganong advantage man if we use industrial engineering method? It can detail each step. No, makaibaw ta unsay step by step niya required to perform an operation. So that's one. Then it can be used to estimate costs for totally new activities because it does not require data from prior activities in the organization. So, unsa may disadvantage pud ani? So, expensive po ni siya. Nga naman, nganong mahal man ni? Because each activity is using engineering norms and expert engineers. So, often, no, mahal man dyan na sila. 'Di ba? So, based on optimal decision ni sila. Pero, it is also difficult to estimate indirect cost of production when you use industrial engineering method. So next would be the conference method. So the cost functions are estimated based on the analysis and opinions about costs and their drivers obtained from various departments of organization. So such as purchasing, process engineering, manufacturing, employees relations, and so on. So this conference method, uh, it estimate cost by gathering opinions and information from different departments sa usa ka company. So instead of using only data or formulas, they rely on experience, mga judgment of experts, so gikan sa mga managers, engineers, accountants, who knows how costs behave in their area. So it's like calling a meeting conference, no? Where people gikan sa purchasing, representative nila, sa production HR, and engineering will discuss what drives the cost. So why cost nganong ni increase man, nganong ni decrease man, and how can we control them, 'di ba? So this information is used to determine the selling price of the product, optimum product mix, and evaluate cost improvements over time. So that's how conference method goes. And then the high-low method. Unsa man ning high-low method? So this method, also it is for a while lang pass. Okay. So it is based on cost observed at both the high and low levels of activity within the relevant change. So what are the steps? So in applying the high-low cost estimation. So number one, obtain relevant data. So magamit ta og data gikan sa past, no? That is related on the actual activity levels, and also estimate the variable cost per unit or rate using the following equation. So we have here a formula, no, on how to get the variable cost rate or per unit. So we have here cost at highest activity minus the cost at lowest activity over the highest activity and lowest activity. So cost, ang pinakataas sa cost minus pinakagamay sa cost, then ang pinakataas sa activity minus sa pinakagamay sa activity. So take note of that formula. So we have here, kung kato ang kung kato ang formula for the variable cost, we also have the fixed cost. So kaning fixed cost, this is the total cost at highest activity. Mo ni ang pagkuha. This is also the formula. Total cost at highest activity minus the variable cost per unit. So in order for you to compute the fixed cost, dapat pangitaon sa ninyo ang variable cost per unit. So, and then, i-multiply nato sa highest activity stated in units. Or you can also do this one. So, depende ninyo kaninga formula or this one, it will lead you to the same answer. So, example for the high-low method. So, sorry, nagtakilid, no? Kaysa book, gikan giskan. So, this is an illustrative example for the high-low method. So, the data for the past 10 months, no, were collected for the predictors inventory ba ni siya? So anyway, for the predictors company. to estimate the variable and fixed manufacturing overhead. So as we can see, we have the following data on supply cost and direct labors. So, di ba na ito yung nakabutan ganina for the variable cost? Cost at highest activity and cost at lowest activity. So, meaning, magbase sa ta first diri, usa diri. Right? So, unsay pinaka taas diri na, na cost. So, for a while lang, class. So, ang pinaka highest cost diri is 150. Then, also ang pinakagamay is 150. Pinakagamay is 50. Then, ang diri, ang pinaka dako is 60. Pinakagamay is 10. Okay. So, identify na nato. Now, we go to our solution. So, our solution here, sa variable cost rate per hour, natay na-identify the highest of the cost. So, which is 50. No? 150. So, minus, for a while lang ha. So, di ba, this is the cost at highest activity and cost at lowest activity. So, ang pinakadako, pinakagamay. So, now, na-identify nato diri, so based ni siya sa book class, na-identify nato diri nga, ang pinakataas na cost sa supply cost is 150. Then pinakagamay is 50. For the hours, so anong kita na to dire? Highest activity and lowest activity. So giusa ka na to pag-derive ni. Okay. So we have here 150, no? Minus 60. Okay, so for a while class, lowest cost at highest activity, cost at lowest activity. So as you can see here, 50 ang pinakagamay. But then the identify from the book is 60. So it should be 50. So 150 minus 50 is, so butang na to. 50. Lisod na mag-drawing, oy. Sorry, class. So 150 minus 50 over, sakto ni siya, which is the, sa direct labor hours, pinakadako is 60 and pinakagamay is 10. Then to check here again, pinakadako is 150, pinakagamay is 50, right? Dili 60. Okay. So now, divided by 50. So, pila kay answer ani? No? Mag-change tag pen. Okay. So, 150 minus 50 is equals to 100. Sorry for the drawing. Bahala na ba sa makagets po? Divided by 50. Okay. So, dili na sad ni siya mao. Okay. So, that's 50 divided by 100 divided by 50 is 2. Right? 2. Okay. Ato lang i-erase ang kani. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, dapat ang to answer dire is, unsa na ni? Kalis ba mag-drawing nga rin? Unsa naman ni? Anay. So, this is 2. Dapat, di ba? Okay. 150 minus 50, 100. Divided by 60 minus 10, 50. So, 100 by 50 is equals to 2. So, that's 2. The variable cost rate per hour is 2. So, now, how about the fixed cost? So, since dili naman ni 1.80, pulihan na siya og 2. Okay? 2. So, as we calculate, no, anay. So, 150 minus, unahon na to ang 2 times 60. 120. So, 150, 150 minus 120 is 30. So the answer here is 30 na siya. 30. And then, mura ni kalabaw na itong agi dire. Okay, this one also is 260 minus 2 times 10, 20. For a while lang ha. 150. So, 2 times 10, 20, 50, 40. Di na siya magkaparehas no kung 1.80. Ano eh. Okay, so, I thought okay na ni siya. It's because, syempre, by the books, right? So, base 60. Ah, sakto ba ni? 60 at the 10-hour level. Okay, balik tabi. At the 10-hour level, 60 ang hour. Ay, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's go back, no? I get it nga no na ni. So, this is actually correct. Butangan na lang ako ni Kuan. So, correct siya nga naman. It's because at 60-hour level, makita ninyo, di ba na-identify na to sa direct labor hours. So, the 60-hour level ang pinakadako dire and then pinaka by 10. So, sa 60-hour level, ang supply cost nato is 150. Then sa 10 is 60. So, that is why 150 dire, this is the cost of 60-hour level and the cost of 10-hour level. So 150 minus 60 is 90. 60 minus 10 is 50. So that's 1.80. This is actually correct. Okay. Sorry for ganina, the misunderstanding. So at the 60-hour level, as we can see, correct the 150 minus 1.80 times 60 is equals to 108. So 150 minus 108 equals to 42. So same with this one. I-multiply lang ninyo. Now, next is the regression analysis. So, it uses all available data to estimate the cost function. So, it is a statistical method that measures the average amount of change in the dependent variables that is associated with the unit change of one or more independent variables. So, unsa man dining mga variables? When we say independent variable, this is one that causes the change. Again, ha, kaning independent variable, this is the one that causes the change or the cost drivers. And then the dependent variable naman, this is the one that changes. So mauni ang mausab because of these independent variables. Okay? So as we can see, we have a simple regression analysis here. Estimates the relationship between the dependent variable and one independent variable. So we have here an equation. So if let's say, it estimates the relationship between the dependent variable and multiple daghang reason, no? Daghang nakapa-change sa atong dependent variable. So, that is multiple regression. Pero kung if usa lang, that is simple regression analysis. Pero if multiple, daghan independent variables ang let's say included, no, between the relationship. So that's why y is the cost to be predicted, so equals to A, which is the fixed cost, plus B. So estimate coefficients of the regression model. B16161 is the independent variable. So gi-pair up na siya, no? B161 plus B262 and so on and so forth. So the U is the residual term that includes the net effect of other factors. So now we have here the least squares regression method. So this is actually, I don't know if this is the last one, but the least squares regression method, this is also a statistical technique which is often used in separating mixed costs into their fixed and variable components. So basically, a line regression is determined by solving two simultaneous linear equations which are based on the condition that the sum of deviations above the line is equal to the sum of deviations between the line. So we are still using this equation, no, to determine the straight line. And take note of this one. So kani the two linear equations that are used to solve for A and B. So not a problem. So for equation 1, we have here summation of y, katigo pa mo ani, summation of y is equals to n sub a plus b summation of x. And that is equation 1. Now, equation 2 is summation of x and y is equals to summation of x sub a plus b summation of x squared. So, it is where y is equals to the total cost, a fixed cost, b is the variable cost, x is the measure of activity in hours, units, and n is the number of observations. Remember ha, number of observations, and then summation is the Greek letter signifying summation. So now, we have an example of least square regression analysis. So using this data, we need to determine the variable and fixed cost under the least square regression method. So in this one, no, so given ni siya guys ang x and y. So now how to find the summation of x? You simply add all of this, okay? Add all of this, you will get 350. How about the summation of y? Simply add lang gihapon siya tanan and you will get 1,000. How about the summation of x and y? So dili siya pwede class ha nga. Sige nga, 350 times 1,000 na lang. No. Usa-usahan ni mo siya. So 20 times 50, 1,000. 40 times 110, 4,400. 60 times 150, 9,000. 20 times 70, 1,400. Usa pa mo mag-add tanan and you will get the summation of x and y. Same with this x squared. Ang x na to, ato ra squared kada usa. So 20 squared, 40 squared, 60 squared. So 20 squared is 400. 40 squared is 1,600. 60 squared is 3,600. And so on and so forth. And after that, nga makita ni mong amounts, you add all that one and you'll have the summation of x squared. So now, mag-substitute ta. Sa equation 1, we have here, di ba? Summation of y is equals to na plus b summation of x. So now, ato nag-substitute. Summation of y is 1,000. This one. Di ba? Then is equals to 10a. Na man ni siya, di ba, ganina? So this is the total number of observations. So 10 man ni kabok. So 10 diha. Plus 350. This is the summation of x. No? Tapad sa variable cost. Then sa equation 2 naman, we have here summation of xy. So xy summation is 39,600, that's correct. Is equals to summation of x. So 350a plus summation of x squared 14,500b. So saan man ipag-eliminate, no? So to eliminate one unknown and solve for b, kay dapat man nato isolve anay ang variable cost, diba? So, multiply equation 1 by 35. So, 35 is the least common denominator. And subtract the new equation 3 from equation 2. So, now, we will have here the equation 2. Mamaning ganina, di ba, na dito sa ikaduha. 39,600 is equals to 350a plus 14,500b. Now, for the equation 1, ato i-multiply yung 35. So, 35 times 1,000 is equals to 35,000. 35 times, pila pa to? 10 is equals to 350. And 35 times 14,500 is, oh, dili. Equation 1, no? Ang atong, kanid ay. No. 1,000 times 35, 35,000. 10 times 35, 350. And 350 times 35 is 12 to 250. So, ang katong equation 1, mauna ni ang bagong equation 1. Again ha, ang kaning, mauna ni ang bagong nga equation, ano no? So, ba ni? Mauna ni ang bagong nga equation 1, guys. Okay? And then, this is our equation 2 ganina. So, para ato lang ma-find ang unknown nga B or the variable cost. So now, as you can see, ato ra i-minus no 39,600 minus 35,046 and then ma-cancel out naman eh. So 14,500B plus minus 12,250, so that's 2,250. 46 divided by 2,250 is 2.04. So that's how we get your answer, i-divide. Then to solve for fixed cost, that is the variable cost. Para ma-solve ang fixed cost, substitute the value of B to equation 1. So this is equation 1. Now, i-substitute na nato ang B diri. So we have 2.04 man, di ba? So as you can see, 1,000 minus 714. Nga naman, 350 times 2.04. So i-transpose nato na siya padong nga ri. So, is equals to 10A. So, para ma-cancel out, no, negative 286 divided by negative 10, you will have here 28.60. And this is our fixed cost. Fixed cost. No. Then kani variable cost. Okay. So, let's clear out everything, no? Now, we also have here the scattered graph or visual kit. So this is a rough guide for cost estimation, which plot the cost against past activity levels. So, kaning nga mga activities, this refers to predictors or the independent variables or the right-hand side of the regression equation. And then the cost to be estimated may be called dependent variables or the Y, which is considered as or which is considered the left-hand side of the regression equation. So we have here the steps involved. We can just read this one, no? So example here, this is a line of regression under the scatter graph method. So to find the variable cost, simply tanaw na to ang iyang, mo na tong kung given pa, highest cost, least cost, diba? So in here, we have here 110 minus 70 kay at 40, no, this is 40 and 20, right? Okay. So, mao na ang ilang cost. Sa 40, it's 110 and 20 is 70. So, 40 divided by 20 is 2. So, your variable cost is 2 pesos per hour. Then, the fixed cost is 30, which is where the line regression begins. So, mao ni ang fixed cost kung asa nagsugod. Okay? So, strengths and weaknesses, you can just read this one, ha? Para mas masabtan. And then the correlation analysis, this measures the strength and direction of the relationship between two variables. So in this case, the level of activity and the cost. So it helps you determine whether the selected activity base, like labor hours or production unit, is reliably related. So we have here the coefficient of determination, R squared. So the R squared value measures the degree of correlation between cost and activity. So kung close to 1 ay mong R squared, ang coefficient of determination, it has a strong correlation. So the cost and activity move closely together. Pero kung close to 0, that has a weak correlation. Little relationship lang between cost and activity. So the degree of correlation between the level of activity and cost may be measured by the coefficient of determination. So most frequently designated as R squared, compute for this. So we have here the formulas, no? So letter A, we have here the estimated conditional standard deviation measured from the line of regression. So, I think much better ni na ako ma-discuss personally, no? Or another na pod nga video kay mo end na ang 40 minutes. So, okay, thank you class, no? Let's end this topic here sa correlation analysis. Actually, napay usa, which is napay atong kailangan i-discuss. So, up to the learning curve theory and example. So, end lang ta sa correlation analysis. Baliko ni nato. Okay, thank you class and God bless.